So we've got my father's 2002 Ford Ranger here in the garage, and we're getting ready to replace the cruise control switch in it. So Steve's gonna replace the switch, I'll do the filming, and we'll show you what is involved with this.
All right, so we started off taking off the battery post. We took the positive one off. It's an 8mm or 5/16. We took that off. Looking at this, we're gonna give it a clean before it goes back together. We have to take the airbag out of the vehicle to do this. So you wanna disconnect your battery so you don't get a big boom. And we're gonna go into the truck right now, and we have two plastic caps that hold the right here for the steering. So we're gonna pop these two off, and there's gonna be a bolt in here, a 10mm, looks like an 8mm for the airbag. So we're gonna pop the other one off, and we'll grab an 8mm, and then we can take the airbag out and disconnect it. And our switches are right here on top of the steering wheel. So we got the other cap in here. We're gonna pull this one off. We'll get our 8mm here. Get that side. It's gonna be the same on this side. I'm gonna pop this side off right now. Bag. We got the plug over here for it. You can press the plug, pull that off.
So the whole thing comes off as one assembly, huh?
Yeah, and you buy the whole airbag as a whole assembly.
So if you had to replace the airbag for this truck, it'd come as a complete assembly like that with the pad and everything?
Just like it with the pad and everything.
That's that easy.
2 bolts to put it on, take the 2 plastic clips out. So we're changing this stuff in here. So we got a plug here and a plug here that we can unplug. And I get a little screwdriver. Oh my God, those are on tape. Yeah, I gotta get a little screwdriver to pry them out. And then we have the couple of Phillips screws here with the ground here. And then we have the 2 Phillips screws here. And this just feeds up around the column over here and back over to this side. So I'll go get the new setup with the 2 Phillips screwdrivers, with the screwdriver, and then we'll get the flathead. These are on like super tight for some reason, but we'll just get in there and pry them and twist them and they'll pop right off. So I need a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, and that's about all we need at this point. Here's our new setup that we got right here, and it's basically gonna lay out, you know, kind of like this in here. So we'll lay this all out and start plugging some stuff in. And this plug connector here went. Okay, it's a jigsaw. Oh, it just plugs into this. That comes into the switch, and then oh, here it goes. It runs down underneath here. Boy, it's kind of tricky how it all runs down underneath all this crap here. So we might end up taking this bracket out of the way here, because I don't think we're going to get this piece down here unless we take this off. Let me go grab a Torx bit for that. Well, for now, we'll just take we'll get these clips off here. On there. Those 2 off there, and then I've got a gun here. And Tony was asking about the ground on this switch here. You know, the screw is going to put the ground into it anyways, so it's not going to make a big deal. We've had intermittent issues with the cruise switch, so we're gonna figure we try the cruise switch on it. It's original, so Well, this unplugs, I think. Yeah, it does.
There you go.
Boy, it was kind of loose too, man. I'll tell you. But that's all right. So that unplugs from this side. We'll leave that set up on that side. And then we can... There you go. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants to come through the back of this channel here. So we got this one here. And we're going to push in on this little tab right here. And pull this one out. I could probably use my little pick that I got here to pull this thing out. Okay. And then we're going to take this bar off. This is going to make a big difference for us to get this switch to drop down in place. Let me get looks like a T30 or a 27. Let me go get one of those. All right, we got the T30. I'm going to take these out. On that. Take this off and sit on the seat. Right here. Okay, so we get the switch on this side out. This was the side with the set Excel and everything, and man, I'll tell you, these plugs, there ain't much drag holding these things on, but you know. And then this thing peels. This comes out of this little slit right here. That's going to be fun to put back in. And that comes out of there. Goes into there. See the way this is bent? We're probably going to have to make sure that this is bent the same way to get this to go in there. Okay, and then we've got our wire disconnected here. Let's do maybe one at a time here. We could do both of them. Run this up around. This is going to come out. All right. Boy, that was fun.
Should let my father do it.
Okay, so and then this one has to keep coming. Okay. Alright. And then we had this one just get slid into this pocket right in there. And that'll let me let's see the way this plugs in here. Goes like that. Just want to make sure I'm plugging this in the right way. Okay, so that goes like that. And this one over plugged in here. Okay. Cover here. want to hammer those down. I want to. Okay, get that one on. Okay. Okay, let's get this switch. Oh, these are tight going on, I'll tell you that. I don't want that coming off. Okay, so we get that tucked down in there. All right, let's get our Phillips screws back. Okay, we've got that plugged in. We've got that plugged in. We got to tighten these up. We've got that plugged in the center. One plugged in. Okay, that's tight. That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. Got our plug plugged in. Everything's tucked behind the little slits that they wanted them tucked in here. Keep them tight. So that when you push down on the horn, you don't drag any of this stuff here. These are plugged in. The main plug is plugged in. All right, so we can plug the airbag in. Airbag back in. You know, take a picture of this before you jump into this thing. And, it's probably a good idea to do so. We got one slit that's up here, and if you notice when this is turning, we kind of don't want anything dragging on anything, so it's all tucked away up in here. There's put the light right in here for a second. Okay, so there's one more thing here that we have to get tucked in over here, and that was in the plastic corner up here that we obviously didn't do. We should have. Okay. Okay, so everything is up above the plastic, so when you turn it, this one's still not there. Come on, maybe. Okay. So see how we're turning everything? Nothing's moving. This is important that you have all this stuff tucked in behind these clips over here. So when you're turning the wheel, because if it drags on this, you'll cut your wires very quickly. So now it's all tucked back in. That's why I'm suggesting that you take a picture of this before you start doing this. Okay, so that's all in. We're going to plug our airbag back in over here. It's critical that you unplug the battery when you disconnected the battery. Okay. Okay. this side over here.
Just like when we started, there's a screw on each side, same location.
Yeah. Take this one up over here. Okay. And we've got our 2 plugs here. And these things just pop in. Pop them right back into the holes. Tony's going to pop the other one in over there.
I see it.
You got it?
Nope.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to connect the battery up, make sure the horn works, and we'll take it out for a test drive and make sure that the cruise works. So we took our battery terminal off. They don't look that clean, so we're going to clean these up while we got them off. This tool will just clean them up nice inside, and then put the cap back on. Looks like new. So we'll put the terminal back on, tighten it down, and we're going to do the same procedure on the ground terminal. And then we have some battery terminal spray that we've got here, and we're going to spray the terminals down to keep the corrosion off of them. Just going to snug these up good. Make sure they don't twist. I'm going to take a little bit of battery spray. I like to do a couple coats on them. Do a coat on it. You let it set up a couple minutes, and then you can give it a second coat, and that'll be it.
You good? I just gotta take it out on the road and test out the cruise, and you should be all set.